Hello again YouTube, it's C4 the Geek with an unboxing of the Bauhn ADS10-014 dual PA speakers with tripod stands. Well, actually they called it DJ speakers, but I can't really bring myself to call it that. I got this a few weeks ago after the portable speaker since I couldn't believe it had been sold out at my store. However, I've been busy since that time. 3 months has elapsed and it's now 2015. Just like most of their products, there are plenty of colored pictures and text on the sides of the box. I'll just zip around the outside of the box for the features. The front left of the box says two-way active equalizer, though I wonder if it should say two-band instead. Next, it says 1000 watts PMPO. Then there's the SD-MMC card and USB input. The blue circle to the right is the Connect via Bluetooth wireless technology. In the pink box is the aux input, the FM tuner in the darker green box. In the lighter green color is the LED display badge. In the light blue is the XLR input. And lastly, in the red is the 1-year warranty. On the bottom right of the box is a reminder to lift the box sensibly, preferably with help. On the left panel we see the following. I won't bother to read it, but I'll tilt it just long enough for you to read it. On the back panel we see the previous features statements that we saw earlier from the previous panels, but in a combined format. On the right panel we see a similar list of features and usages of the devices. Sorry, I'm a bit lazy to read them to you. I will show the image of how they anticipate that you will use the system. And for completeness, a quick look at the bottom. Now for the unboxing, starting at the top of course. A reminder at the inside flap reminds one and all to read the manual before calling for help. Moving on, we see two white boxes without any labels. I suspect that these are the tripod stands. So let's crack one open and have a look. Within the box is indeed a tripod speaker stand requiring a little assembly. I won't be showing the assembly, but only of the quality of materials and construction of the contents. At the top of the box are the assembly instructions of the stands along with a hex key tool. The post comes out easily with the intermediate stem clasp or post clasp. It has a metal rod attached to the adjustable clasp via a nylon strap. Next out is the base. It feels quite rigid and the legs spread quite widely, forming a broad base. The post clasp has two internal diameters. The larger one goes over the leg base post, which will need to be secured by the supplied hex key. The upper part of the clasp has a hand tightenable knob. The post has 4 holes punched through where the metal rod from the clasp will pass through to hold the post in place. Setting the box containing the second speaker and stand aside, we see 2 pieces of styrofoam. Lifting them reveals the 2 speakers wrapped in plastic, sealed with tape. Tucked in amongst the speaker is also the 5-meter speaker-ended speaker cable. This is an impressive inclusion considering the price point and possible alternatives. Let's have a look at one of the speakers. A quick scan of the rear panel would seem to indicate that this is the passive, non-powered part of the system. Let's run through the rear panel where at the top is the recess that doubles handily as a handle. Moving down towards the middle, we see the make and model, the speaker impedance of 8 ohms, a rating of the speaker of 100 watts RMS, an electrical shock warning, serial number and the country of manufacture. Further down are two speaker sockets, which are not named or labeled in any way. The speaker has a rugged plastic feel over most of the shell. The left and right sides are free of any labels or sockets and are rounded. As it is unlikely it will be useful as floor wedges or fallback speakers in my opinion. Looking at the speaker front and towards the top is the tweeter speaker. On each of its sides appears to be bass reflex vents. Towards the bottom is the single 10-inch woofer speaker behind a metal grille. Looking at the base of the speaker is the post hole for the speaker stand and the post retention knob, which can be completely unscrewed and removed. Looking at another view, it also shows the undocumented but impressive feature of a mounting bracket hole at the bottom, concealed with a rubber plug. A view of the top of the speaker shows the corresponding mounting bracket hole towards the back of the recessed area. Looking at the other speaker, the active one, the front side looks identical to the other passive speaker. The left and right sides are again identical to the passive speaker and are again unadorned with anything. The rear panel is where all the action is at. The top of the recess area on the back panel is the display panel with the labeling USB, SD card, Bluetooth player, and FM radio support. On the left of the display is the SD card slot, and to the right is the USB host socket. The Bluetooth symbol is marked below the display. Below that is the player controls. There are buttons labeled with mode, play pause symbol, repeat symbol, previous and next symbols. Below the mode button is the text label power on/off. In the next section demarcated with a white box, there is a subsection to the left marked mic line volume. Within it there is a gain knob with a smooth feel when turning it. Below it and to the left is the 6.5mm line phono input socket. To its right is the line mic switch. Not a lot of travel. Below those is the XLR mic input socket, and below that again is the label mic line input. Moving right to the next subsection of the white box, and to the top of the section is the aux volume label and knob. Below that is the 3.5mm stereo input socket. Below that again is a pair of stereo RCA input sockets and the line input label. Moving right again to the next subsection is a pair of red and green LED lights. Green for power and red for clip. The last subsection on the right has two blue colored equalizer knobs with a similar feeling to the other knobs. The last white colored knob in the bottom right hand corner is marked MP3 volume. To its left is the XLR output socket labeled Mix Out. Directly below the white box is a large black heatsink. Below the heatsink there is an electrical shock warning, a speak-on output socket, a subsection indicating the make label, power rating and power rocker switch, and then a fused power input socket. I think it's IEC C14. Finally in the box is the power cord with the manual and warranty information wedged between the box and styrofoam packaging. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below and give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful so that others can find it more easily. If you like this kind of videos, then please subscribe to this channel so you can be notified when they are available. Until the next video, thank you for watching and take care. Bye bye.